Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom discussion and review. This one is on episode 5 of Haitu Gensou no Grimgar, and I gotta admit, this episode, it was a lot of like, Minato this, Minato that, but come on, you have to admit, you have to see why. Like, I enjoyed this episode for the reasoning of it really progressing them. It shows how weak they were without him, how without him, without Minato, they're pretty much nothing, it seemed like. That's what they thought at first, of course. Pretty much this episode shows a lot of that. They're all depressed. Seeing Mozo get pissed off and yell at them, they're like, oh, dang, man. He's got a backbone. When you get him mad, you don't want to get him mad. That's pretty much it. He's a nice guy whenever, but you don't want him to get mad. When they were talking about other things they can do, like, besides being, in those guilds, doing what they're volunteer soldiers and stuff, of course, something with Ranta is pretty much he cannot leave the Dark Knights or whatever. That makes sense. But Mozo, he can do his own thing. He can make like lots of different cool sculptures and do other things. I could definitely see him being okay in the world. I don't know about anyone else, but he could probably create his own shop, get his own shop and stuff. I think he can honestly do that. But overall, the episode was pretty much, it was interesting to see some of the characters from before the other stronger group. Kikawa, I don't know how to say it. He was a pretty interesting character, but he ends up, getting them hooked up with a new person, their new priest, Mary, who, she's a pretty interesting character. It's pretty funny how she just doesn't give one fuck. She doesn't give any fucks, pretty much, throughout the whole thing. Like, I'm not going on the front line. I'm a priest. I stay in the back. Which is true, to be honest. The way they had their priest, Minato, he should not have been the way he is. He was pretty much their second tank, like a... That's not how it should be. That's why he ended up getting hurt, And even them explaining that even the goblins know that who the healers are and how important it is. And even the fact like she's like, oh, that wound isn't that bad. I'm not wasting my mana to heal that or whatever they use. And it makes sense because that's why Minato couldn't heal himself, because he didn't have the energy, the mana, whatever they're using. So I could see, like, unless it's really dire, she'll use her healing, which makes sense, and that will make it so the group will be more efficient later on in the future. And it's pretty funny to see Ranta like have to try and talk all polite and everything, and she's just like, why do I have to do that? Why do I have to do this? It's pretty funny seeing the dynamic of her added to the group, and I can't wait to see more of her in the next episode to see how everyone pretty much gets used to her and she gets used to the group kind of thing. There's a reasoning why obviously why Kikawa said that she would join. She pretty much looks like she doesn't give a crap about any group, so they're gonna have to get used to her because I don't think they're gonna find another priest, Other than that, what else did we have? We got to see Renji come to. He tried to give him a gold piece, and as much as I say, like the whole thing with, that's, pride and all that kind of stuff, he was given to you as a friend because Minato died and everything. It might not seem like that, but I would just take it. You know how, what's it called? Mozo said they shouldn't, Minato would be disappointed in them if they use that to get their things, but they can still use it for other things, food and stuff, so they can fight on and use the money that they use to when they get fighting to go towards their, becoming real volunteer soldiers and everything. Instead of this, like, you just don't turn away that. That's just like, you guys are in dire need of this. Think of the situation. Don't think of your pride and all that kind of stuff. That kind of got me there. I didn't understand why he wouldn't take that, Some people would be like, yeah, he's strong, good for him, but I'm just like, no. In these kind of situations, pride, forget it. Minato would want you guys to live, to be able to survive. And one of those things is a gold piece worth 100 silvers, dude. Come on. That would help them a lot. But whatever, he ends up not doing that. Ronto was one of the reasons I did like this episode because of just his overall attitude. He may seem like, a dick and just like, I'm gonna leave and all this kind of stuff, but I could definitely see where he's coming from, and I loved seeing the interactions between him and Haruhiro, and how they pretty much apologize super fast considering what's been going on, how different things have changed differently because of that. Because of Minato and everything, how their group is totally different. And come on, I have a new shipping, and that is totally Haruhiro and Yume, because that was just so cute. That moment, them together crying, holding each other in, holding each other and everything, and crying each other's hearts out to each other because of what's happening, and showing finally they know that it wasn't just Minato. He was a big factor, but it was them as friends, as a party together. They were able to do those things because they were together, not just because of Minato, even though he was a big factor, but it was because of all of them working together. And now they're able to, move forward in the next coming episodes, hopefully. But yeah, it was pretty cute to see them holding each other, and she even saying like, it feels good to be in your arms and all this kind of stuff like that. I was just like, oh, shipping them so hard now, shipping them so hard. And at the end, Shihiro seeing them, and both Haruhiro and Yume like, oh no, it was so funny. It was overall, honestly, I think a really good episode to transition from the fact that Minato just died. We see how everyone is taking it, how they're slowly, like, it doesn't seem like anything's gonna work, but now at the end you saw how Haruhiro finally might be able to progress more with everyone, become a better leader, and hopefully everyone will be able to get situated with Mary, and overall be able to move on and become better for that, because that's what I think is gonna happen, obviously. But yeah, overall, really good episode, I think so. I know some people don't like the way these kind of things are, how it's been progressing and everything, but I honestly think it's going at a good pacing. The Minato death hit really hard for everyone, and I really enjoyed seeing how they reacted to it, how they are progressing within, how now they are able to deal with it, kind of thing. But yeah, overall, that's all I really got to say about this episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom discussion and review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed you want to talk about, comment below as well. And until next time, guys. See ya.